Hello, everybody. This is weekly Subspace desktop meeting, and again, we will be showing you the changes in the desktop application. I will be going over my own PRs and then issues, then we'll let Serge take over for his changes. Before that, let us say that Subspace desktop is going great and it will be ready for the incentivized testnet, most probably. Things are really fine. We are probably going to tackle with the last bug, which Serge discovered like 10 minutes before this meeting. And if we can confirm that bug, we will resolve it. We will see how it goes. So let me share my screen. We can start with the appetizers. And for the issues, not much going on for the last week. Actually, we just had 1, 2, and 3, I believe, new issues. One of them is closed. I will show it later. Serge can handle that. I can go over this one. So we previously using local storage, which is something related to Quasar and Vue. We changed it to local file storage, actually. So we are storing the user data and everything, every preference in a file. And there is only one thing remained in the local storage, which is farmed blocks till now. So let's say you farmed some blocks and you close the application, you reopened the application. It was also showing you the previously farmed blocks. And this information was stored in the local storage of the application, which caused, again, another bug. That's why we kind of we want to get rid of this local storage. For the quick fix, we fixed that bug. The bug was, let me explain that also. Say that you restarted the application, you have a new identity, new farmer identity, new plot, but still the previously farmed blocks under your other reward address was shown in the application. So this was a previous identity, but the farmed blocks were still shown. This was the bug. We fixed it. But for the longer term fix, we want to get rid of the local storage altogether. Any questions about this issue? I think no. All right. So, and for the closed one, yeah, again, Serge can handle that. Yeah, for the issues, that's all I believe. Let me go through my 2 PRs. One of them is adding a restart mechanism to Node, so that this is actually required for making the node name field editable. So when our users edit the node name, it wouldn't take effect unless you restart the application, because node name is set when the node is started. And that's actually would be a bad user experience, so that we decided we can add a restart mechanism to node. And when the user edits the node field, it should restart the node in the background, and so that the name change could take effect and it could be seen in the telemetry. So this is an ongoing PR, it's not finished yet. For the merged ones, yeah, I can also talk about this one, which Nazar submitted. Okay, and this one. This is a pretty low-level thing. Let me just summarize it with 2 stuff. We were using librakdb, and now we switched to ParityDB, which is using less RAM and with better optimization. So overall, the performance of the app should increase. That's all you guys need to know for our users. The more detail would be too much technical. This is a big one, and this is the one which makes the desktop app compatible with the incentivized testnet. So right now, on the paper at least, it's compatible with the incentivized testnet. We are searching for bugs and we are testing it at the moment. There are a couple of other changes as well. We refactored the code, but that won't be affecting our users. We now have a even better logging structure, which should be handy for debugging the pre-existing issues and for the future ones. And I just mentioned that we had a slight bug of displaying the previously farmed blocks under a different reward address. We also fixed that in this PR. Other than that, like, this is a pretty big one. Actually, took a lot of engineering work behind it, but it's merged and it's good to go. I can hand it over to Serge if you guys don't have any question.
No questions for me.
Okay, thank you. Serge, floor is yours.
Thank you. I assume you guys can see my screen. Okay, so first I was investigating few issues that were created in March. Both are related to some memory consumption, large memory consumption by the UI application. And I couldn't actually verify that they're still relevant. I used to run like application for a while and I did some profiling. I guess that one of the previous like refactorings, and especially like since we got rid of second connection to the public RPC endpoint, that probably solved these issues. But I will just double check with Nazar because he created both of them. Maybe it works fine on my machine, but he was on Linux as far as I understand. So I will make sure that those are no longer valid and close them. Yeah, there was a issue created, spelling issue. Oh, okay. So anyway, it was minor PR. It was fixed. Another PR was starting DevTools in dev and debug mode. So I can just show you guys. This is DevTools. So previously, if we want to open it, we had to click, and then yeah, it just few more clicks for us. But now it opens by default in dev and debug mode. So just a minor developer experience optimization. Another PR that we discussed last time, that we need to disable this edit name feature on UI because backend is not implemented for that at the moment. So yeah, this is what this PR did. And I also created an issue because I noticed some minor bugs when we set up a plot. If we, for example, drag this slider, it works fine. But when we manually type values in the text field, it's not very like consistent. Yeah, not very critical, just UI issues. Another PR was this one. It was already approved. Just waiting for the jobs to finish. It's mostly refactoring. The one minor change from the user experience is the peers count. So we show on the dashboard right here, but this is my local network, so I don't have any peers here. But usually we show a number of peers, and so previously there was a set interval, 10 seconds. So in order to show like the initial value, we had to wait 10 seconds. So I added like a request, so we don't have to wait. We just fetch this number on mount of component, like the moment we open the page, and then we refetch this number, and I increased the amount of time to 30 seconds because this is not like very critical parameter that changes all the time. And yeah, mostly it's like refactoring, cleaning, restructuring, housekeeping.
I
What
have a
else?
question about that, Serge. So,
Yeah.
for the first call to the peer count,
Yes.
how does it work under hood?
We query local node.
Okay, what if the application restarted and it's usually restarts from dashboard and node is not ready for handling that request? Is this a possibility?
Mm.
Because if we proceed to dashboard,
Why is it not ready?
For example, node should spend around 5 to 7 seconds in my machine to get ready for farmer to connect to it. So when we start from dashboard, we give farmer some sleep timeout, and that's how we handle it. Could it be the same case with peers? That's why I wondered.
I think we show this loading. Let's actually just test it right now. When we start the application, we have this loading stage. So I assume node is getting ready during this time. So we don't show any peers. And now we show peers.
Okay, then it makes sense. So it's getting processed after that connecting page is finished. Then it's fine.
Yes. Okay, so few potential issues I wanted to discuss. I don't know, are we ready to discuss it now, or should we can we jump into the potential issues and new issues I discovered?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay, so one issue that Ozgun mentioned is while I had this like Subspace desktop running in dev mode like this, the Tauri thread has panicked, and it happened like 3 times already. I will create like a proper issue on GitHub with descriptions and steps to reproduce. But one interesting detail, while Tori like panicked, it seemed like Node and Farmer were still working. And for example, we can see here, because this is my local network, right? And we have like more than 12,000 blocks, but we only show farm blocks this number because we show this number based on the blocks that are in the local storage. But this is not accurate because we have only one node. So all these blocks were farmed by this user. So this is another problem related to having to relying on local storage, because Tori may fail, but blocks can still be produced. Another issue was, I was kind of confused by this column because we already have a reward address here, but we still show that these blocks farmed by this same address. So
it's an artifact of the previous design. So yeah, right now it doesn't make that much sense. You are right.
Yeah, and okay. Yeah, if we have too many blocks, like just now, it gets, I don't know if you can see like the if the video can show you the quality, that it's kind of acts weird. I mean, these notifications will not happen at this like pace because this is like not a real network. But if I try to scroll down these 5,000 blocks here, it's just not a great experience. And yeah, I guess that's all.
About the crash of Tauri, it was related to the database being in use. So in plain English, 2 node instances together try to reach to the database, use the database, and that caused a race panic on the Tauri side. By the way, Serge, I'm also trying on my machine in a local dev setting. It's been running for 25 minutes. Didn't encounter any issue, but yeah, I will continue testing. So it's either that what I'm suspecting is the node somehow crashed, but it couldn't be because yeah, node restart branch is not merged, so it couldn't be the case. Just forget what I said. So only reason I believe can be an outside node which got in the middle of the process, because Tauri alone can only spawn one node at the time, for this code at least. So I'm highly suspicious of this is a bug purely related to desktop application.
Yeah, I need to investigate more. But this is the only instance of Node and Farmer I had running. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
One issue, we just launched incentivized testnet and I'm testing out. Subspace Desktop 6.0 still says non-incentivized testnet, still has the banner. Like when you launch the
True,
yeah.
true. Yeah, that should be fixed. It should be incentivized testnet, right?
Right. But just
Thank
wanted
you.
to mention that since I have y'all here.
Yeah, it's let me take a note of that.
And also, did we want to mark 6.0 as the latest release since we just did that announcement?
Sorry, can you repeat, Justin?
Do we want to mark 6.0 as the latest release since we?
Not now. The public API was wrong, and this non-incentivized testnet is, as you mentioned, is actually a big bug related to user experience because it's misleading. So these should be fixed. And also in the meantime, we will try to investigate the new issue search found. And on top of that, there's one more thing as well. So right now, the desktop application in the backend, at least, fully compatible with the monorepo. So it can produce logs, it can vote, it can get rewards, everything. But for the UI, for the front end, we have not implemented yet how to display vote rewards and how to get the information of how many vote rewards has been there. So the again, in plain English, the protocol will work just fine, and our users will get both voting and farmer rewards, but they will not see voting rewards in the application. So they will just see farm blocks rewards in the application. Nazar and I talked just 1 or 2 hours ago, and since there will be some time that we give our users to plot and sing, and rewards will be locked in that time for the incentivized testnet, we will try to address these issues on the desktop side, and we want to accumulate all the fixes in the 0.6.1, and then we will probably have a latest release. Hello, Jeremiah.
Yeah, my concern is that we mentioned Subspace Desktop in the announcement. So if we don't make 6.0 the latest release, users might download 3.3 thinking it's incentivized, etc., etc.
Okay,
marking
that will need an internal conversation then. Maybe we can talk about it now. Jeremiah, can you hear us?
Yeah, guys, sorry I'm late. Can you guys just reframe that again, please?
Yeah, sure, but maybe we can discuss it off the recording because maybe we will change some decisions.
Okay, yeah, let's discuss post.
Okay. Okay, then that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching it. We will be back next week.